Hi, it's me, Rachel Lynn, and today is Money Monday. Today is the day of the week where I talk about all of the money that I spent this past week. If you are new to my channel, I am on a journey to get out of my student loan debt and lose some weight along the way. So if any of that interests you, go ahead and click the red subscribe button down below. So today is Money Monday, and today is the day of the week where I tell you everything that I spent in the previous week. This includes everything that I spent on gift cards, cash, and on my own card, whether that was my credit card or my bank card, and I will tell you everything that I spent. It does not include bills or anything else that comes out of my accounts regularly. For everything that comes out, you will have to check out my budget videos. My week goes from Saturday to Friday of the previous week. That just keeps the weekend together so that it holds me more accountable, and then it also gives me a little bit of time to make this video and get it up on YouTube for you. I have been working really hard the last couple weeks. I had 2 weeks of no spend. Now I do have several no spend rules, and they have been adjusted over the last couple of weeks as well. So I will link up here all of my original rules, and then if you want to see how I've tweaked it, then you'll have to go back and see the last couple of weeks. So this week I tried to continue my no spend streak. So let me go ahead and get into all the money I spent, and I will go over whether or not it broke my no spend, and then I'll recap everything at the end. So on Saturday, March 30th, I spent $13.47 at Panera, and this was spent on a gift card. And I think it was last week I decided that gift cards would no longer break my no spend simply because they do expire and it's not money that touches my budget. So I went out to lunch with my friend Jenny, and we weren't really sure where to go. I suggested a couple of places that I have gift cards for. Of course, she chose Panera because I think that's one of her favorite places as well. Then Jenny and I went to a place called Main Event, which if you know what Dave & Buster's is, it's similar to that. It's a place where you can eat food and play games, and they have a bowling alley, and it's like an arcade. We went just for fun. I don't think Jenny had ever been, and so we just went just to check it out. She did spend money on arcade games, and I did not spend any money. I just watched her play, and I was happy to watch her play. Now, she did have me play air hockey, and I beat her. I'm pretty good at playing air hockey, actually, so I don't know if she was prepared for that. I do want to point out that the games are really expensive. I remember playing arcade games when I was little. It was like 25 cents to play a game, and like $1 could last you quite a while. But I noticed that you actually have to buy a card, and you scan the card instead of inserting coins or tokens or anything like that. And the card just kind of automatically takes it off, and you don't really have a chance to think about how much each one of the games cost. But I looked and I noticed that the games were all at least $1, and a lot of them were like $1.50 or more to play, and I just thought that was crazy, like crazy insane. When did it get so expensive to play arcade games? Okay, moving on. On Sunday, March 31st, I spent nothing. On Monday, April 1st, I spent $4.69 at Chick-fil-A, and I spent this on a gift card. This does not break my no spend. On Tuesday, April 2nd, I spent nothing. On Wednesday, April 3rd, I spent nothing. On Thursday, April 4th, I spent $21.45 on gas at Kroger. This does not break my no spend because I have to buy gas to get around places that I need to go. I also spent $50 on my racing license in order to work at Keeneland and Churchill Downs for the year. That, of course, does not break my no spend either. Now, I did spend cash on this because if I used my card, it would have been $4 extra. I'm out of checks, and I don't really plan on replacing them because this is probably the one thing all year that I ever write a check for, and I had the cash on hand, and so I just used cash. Now, this is supposed to come out of my sinking funds, so I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do that, but I'll do that in one of my budget videos later on when I figure out what to do with that extra $50 that I have in my sinking funds. And then Friday, April 5th, I spent nothing. So I actually did not break my no spend this week, and I am super proud of myself. This week was not quite as hard to not break the no spend. Last week I kind of struggled, at least one day I struggled because I went into a store. That was the thing. This past week, like, it didn't really go anywhere other than with my friend. I think that was the one day that it was kind of like, it was hard to like not spend any money. But when I saw how much the arcade games were, it was easy not to spend the money. But as far as figuring out what to do with my friend, that part was a little bit hard. I originally wanted to go on a picnic, and like we would both pack our own lunches because she has a lot of dietary restrictions, and I originally thought, well, let's pack our own lunch and go to the park, and that would have been a great idea, and even she said that would have been a great idea, but it was like rainy and kind of cool and just cloudy. It was just like an ugly kind of day, and so we figured something else out, and we had a lot of fun, and it was just a nice day without, well, the weather wasn't nice, but it was a nice day with my friend, and I didn't have to spend any money. This past week, I was also on spring break. If you don't already know, I am a teacher. I teach kindergarten, and we had our spring break this past week. And so I spent a lot of my time just at home. I got a lot of stuff done. I actually sold some books to Half Price Bookstore and got $25, and so I made a little bit of money. I did my room transformation. I posted that video on Saturday, so I will link that up here. So if you are familiar with my videos, you will have noticed that the backdrop of my room has now changed just a little bit. I've just gotten so many great things done that I've been wanting to get done, and it was free to do all of that stuff, and I didn't spend any money accomplishing all of these things. And then Thursday, Friday of this past week, I was working at Keeneland, and so I did have to pack my lunch and make sure that I had food so that I didn't buy anything, and that was the key, was in order to save my money and not spend. This is actually my third week in a row of having a no spend, and I thought that it would be a lot harder to go this long. I thought, well, maybe I can make it 2 weeks, and I wasn't really sure I'd be able to do it, but I feel like I could probably do a no spend month. Now, I'm not going to do a no spend month anytime soon because I do know that I will be spending money for my classroom things. There are some things that I need to get, and then there's some other things that I feel like I really need to buy, and there are some things that I keep putting off and keep putting off, which is fine. It's fine to wait. Like, I'm learning to wait in this no spend, and I think that's a really good thing. However, there are still lots of things that I am going to have to spend money on eventually, and so maybe at some point later this year I might be willing to actually try a whole no spend month. I'm just like shocked at myself that I would even suggest that, because a year ago I thought there's no way I could do no spend at all, because kind of one of those people where it's like, if all of a sudden I cannot spend money and I cannot have something, then I want it more. And so I just I kind of thought that a no spend would be the opposite, like do the opposite for me. I thought that it would make me want to spend money more, but actually it's teaching me to wait and be patient to get the things that I want. Now, I will have to wait and see what kind of impact the no spend has on my budget once I do finally spend money, and then if I just feel free to spend money, am I gonna like spend a whole lot just because I can all of a sudden? I don't know. I mean, like, I hope not. I hope that I only spend the money on the stuff that I've really been wanting and really need. So I'll just kind of have to check in with you, and that's what Money Monday is all about, is just checking in with you, letting you know what I spent, just because it really holds me accountable and helps me not overspend. If I spend anything this coming week, then I will definitely let you know next Monday, and hopefully I can keep myself under control once I do start spending again, because I'm just a little afraid. I'm just a little afraid to spend again. I don't know. Okay. So I guess that's really all that I have to say for today. So I would like to know from you. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what is one thing that you did not spend money on this past week that you wanted to. Whether you had a whole no spend week or month or not, what is one thing that you saved by not spending your money on it? Also, don't forget to like this video, and of course subscribe if you are not already. That's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!